Hi, everyone. I just wanted to record a video to show you two of our research resources that I'd like you to utilize this week. So I would just went to glendale.edu/career center, or you can go to our homepage, click students counseling, and then click career center. But it's going to bring you to our career center homepage. So I wanted to show you two resources that I'd like you to use this week for your assignment. The first one is Onet. So I'm going to click on Onet. And I'd like you to research some information on the pay and outlook for a job that you're considering. So at this point, you all have taken assessments and you have some careers you might want to think about. You might not know 100% what you want to do, but you might have a career that you want to think about, you want to research a little bit more. So just wanted to show you how to do that. So this brings us to Onet. And so up in the top right-hand corner, you can actually research an occupation that you're considering. So let's say, after taking the assessments, you really have an interest in, being a firefighter. So I'm going to type in firefighter. And this brings you to a bunch of information about firefighters. So it talks about the type of job, what to expect, what job tasks you'd be expected to. So rescue victims, transport equipment, gives you lots of information about the work environment. So when people create jobs let's say, the city of Burbank is going to hire fire for their fire department, they actually use Onet to write their job description. So you can learn about the job itself. You can scroll down here and look at education and see, okay, what kind of schooling do I need? This is most occupations in this zone require training in vocational schools related on the job experience or an associate degree. It just depends. Departments want different things. And then you can look at training specifically. So you can look at, okay, I live in California. And you can click go and it will give you information about like local training that's offered. And if we keep scrolling down, has information. This is really important. This is national data, so it's much higher in California. So we want to look at California specific and click on go. And so it's going to tell you the median wage for a firefighter in California is about $77,000 a year. The high end is about $123,000. That's all of California. So LA County specific is for higher pay. So you can actually look by county down here. So Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Anaheim, the annual median is about 83 here. So you can see it's a little bit higher in California and in LA area. It's more expensive to live here. So this is really important. So you can look here really to see, okay, what are the wages like? You can also look at the job growth. So if you notice it has a projected growth, which means, is this job expected to grow? And it's about an average growth rate, about 5 to 10%. And so consider when making a career decision, how much am I going to make? And is this a job that's going to be in demand in the future? So, if you see like a slower than expected growth rate, that's something to keep in mind when you're considering, a specific career. So that's one resource. The second resource I want you to use this week on our career center, what can I do with this major? And so we're going to click on it. And you have to go to these websites through our homepage. If you try to Google them, we pay subscriptions. It's going to ask you to pay. But if you go through our website, you don't have to pay for it. So we're going to click here, view all majors. And so there's a ton of majors on here where you can see, what can I do with a major in English? What can I do with a major in accounting? And so there's a bunch of majors. You're like, I have an interest in, sports management. What do with a sports management major? So management. It's really cool. You can actually print this out too, or have a PDF of this you can save, but talks about different areas of sports management. Talks about amateur athletics, things like Olympic, intercollegiate, high school, youth athletics, different areas of amateur athletics. You can work in student athlete affairs, compliance, which is like eligibility. You can work in operations. You can work in facilities management. You can work in equipment, tickets, sales, marketing, sponsorship, fundraising, bowl games, all kinds of things. And it gives you common employers who are hiring for people in this specific industry. And it also gives you strategies on how to break into that industry. So this talks about facilities and event management you can go into, working for professional teams or leagues, working in sports merchandising, working in leisure and fitness, working in sports media, And it talks about like in each area, you know, employers, what the jobs look like, what are some strategies. So these are two really great resources that I want y'all to utilize this week for the assignment. And so if you have questions, let me know, or you can always call the Career Center. But the two resources, glendale.edu/career center, scroll down. I want you to look at Onet and what can I do with this major. And if you have questions, feel free to let me know.